I know, most of you, particularly those that were able to read what I had put across about starting to explore the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. I just pondering in their head and wondering, this guy's just a con, because it's like a while now since when I did put across to you that I want to look at the Bible and explore it. And I don't know. Let me tell you one thing. It's the Lord's doing. You know, sometimes there's a verse in the book of Proverbs that says, many are the plans in a man's mind or even head, but God's purposes always surpasses that, or God's plans always surpasses that. You know, many a times when we wake up in the morning, those of us who have like this invisible journal, you're thinking, okay, I'm waking up, I'll do this at this time, I'll do the other time, and as soon as your day starts up, you realize you hadn't taken into account other forces that are also in play and that are also instrumental in you doing whatever you intended to do. So you find that, okay, you had planned to do A, B, C, D, but then you end up just doing probably C and D. It's not that you some people might take that to be very negative. I'm not a negative person, so I'm not going to be talking on the throes of negativity. However, I just want to assure you that as human beings, we are, or rather we have weaknesses. When I say weaknesses, I don't mean that, okay, it is a rubber stamp just to fail or just not to do stuff. No, it's just part of our nature. And our nature is so complex that it's kind of intertwined with other elements that are visible, invisible, but that are so instrumental in who we are and how we operate in the moment. So I might have taken long since the time when I actually introduced myself as going to look at the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. And yes, it might take long, but there's something in the oven that is cooking well. I'm not just sitting back. I'm also looking at ancient texts. I'm looking at the language of Hebrew. I'm looking at the language of Greek. So all these things, they take time, because to understand the Bible, we are going back to the original texts. I'm acutely aware that a lot of you are so skeptical on translations. You're saying in translations, anyone can insert anything. However, when we go to the original texts, yeah, and I'll be showing you pieces of original texts, then written in its original form in the ancient world and preserved and so on and so forth. You got to have an understanding of that particular language to know exactly what they're talking about. You don't necessarily need to know the entire language, but you need to understand either the consonants, the vowels, and the verbiage concerning those particular languages. So behind the scenes, I've been also busy looking at Hebrew texts, looking at the Greek text, because the New Testament was actually written in Greek and the Old Testament was written in Hebrew. And so that to try and deal with this issue of people saying, anybody could have just written anything. Let me assure you, in the Bible, we have ancient text that has been preserved. I don't know how God has done that, but He has done that. Just as people who believe that once upon a time there was a man called Napoleon Bonaparte in France and he conquered the world, or there was somebody by the name of Alexander the Great of Greece who conquered the entire world. Those historical figures or those historical accounts, you were not there when these people were living or when they were doing all this. But with all the tools that preserved all that information and actually got it up to you, you ain't gonna just stand up and discount history as being non-scientific. Actually, history is very scientific because it is a preservation of things that have happened. Science, on the other hand, is a process. It is a discipline where they observe things as they happen. History is a discipline where they preserve things that have happened. So, where were we again? Yes, I just wanted to tell you, I've taken a long time, but I've been doing things behind the scene, trying to set up everything so that the information is flawless. And I want to take this particular moment to invite everyone